that there are more children obese, but also that they're getting heavier. And it's especially that problem that makes me worry, because it doesn't stop, it doesn't seem to stop. And sometimes you see whole families being overweighted. And that's a growing problem.
What do you think is the cause of this?
Well, I think it's a combination. The first thing is that children are not taking bread to school. You know, that's not very common to do that, so they only take some money. And with the money they buy all kind of chips and candy bars. Especially at schools there are no healthy choices to make. That is a problem. And then they come home and they feel hungry. And then it's 3 o'clock and they eat whatever is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then their mothers come home from work, because of course mothers are working now.
Yeah.
And then they eat late. And because they have been eating so much at 3 o'clock, they're not hungry for dinner.
Exactly.
And then before they go to sleep, they take another piece of fruit or some bread. And then they eat late at night. So, and then of course with the lack of activity, children are not playing outside anymore. They are sitting behind the computer, which is not the healthiest thing that you can do.
It's true. Wow.
So the combination of wrong food and a lack of activity is making them heavy.
So, are they forbidden to go to school with bread?
No, you know, they don't find it cool. It's not cool to take bread to school. That's one of my patients said that. He said it's just not cool when I come with bread, you know. So and sometimes they have to do that early in the morning themselves. Well, you know how children are.
Yeah.
They don't have time. They look at the television. They don't have time to make it themselves. And it's just not cool. So they're not taking it with them.
So, from your experience as a dietitian or nutritionist, what's the cause of obesity in children? And you have some ratio.
Well, the cause is I think they should exercise. They should go back and play outside and go to a club and exercise. And they should make healthy choices. I mean, it's not difficult to lose weight, but you have to do it. You have to take bread to school, you have to take some juice without sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all drinking Capri Sun. That's a very common, or Wiki.
Yeah.
And in one little can of Wiki, there are 6 cubes of sugar.
Sure.
And they take, 4 or 5 little packages of Wiki. And then they come home and drink soft things. So, you know, when I was young, which is a long time ago, we used to drink water. I don't know about you, but we used to drink water, you know. And now,
I believe because the standard of living has much improved, and then parents can afford to give kids everything they want.
We're getting richer and richer.
Yeah.
So we make different choices for ourselves, and we make different choices for our children.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Which is not always the best choice that we can make. So I always tell them to eat a slice of bread with peanut butter and just a glass of milk, but they look at me like, what? And they buy all kind of fancy things.
Tell us a little bit about peanut butter, because myself, I think peanut butter is very fatty.
Yes.
So why would we not give peanut butter to kids?
Yes, we should give peanut butter to kids because it's unsaturated fat, which protect their heart and veins. So it's a very healthy thing to eat, and every child should eat 1 piece of bread with peanut butter every day.
Really?
Yes, instead of cheese, instead of chocolate. Instead of that, they should eat peanut butter.
And also you made mention of the chips, because many kids like to eat chips, not even only kids alone, adults as well.
Yes.
So are you telling us that behind those chips are lots of calories?
Yes, and saturated fat, which makes the cholesterol higher, and it's very bad for your heart and veins. And of course, eating chips once in a while is never a problem. But I saw just this morning, I saw children going to school with a bag of chips.
Already?
It's their breakfast, which is incredible.
chips.
Yes.
I wonder how a mother can give a child a chips this early morning.
I don't think it's a mother who's giving the children.
They are buying by themselves.
Yeah, they simply use the money that they get to buy it themselves. Yes.
How can we really help them? Is there anything that the teachers can do as well in regards to controlling what the kids have brought to school?
Yeah, I think they should, I think they do. I think the teachers tell them not to bring the chips into the class. I think they absolutely do that, but then it's already finished. That's why they're eating so fast in the morning. But I think we should all try to help them. It's very difficult for a child to make a healthy choice.
Yes, it's true.
I mean, if you have to choose yourself, it's already difficult. And for children, it's even more difficult. And if they bring bread to school and their friends have chips, you know, it's a fair trade.
Wow. Parents out there, mind what you give to your kids. Mind what you give to them, because what you are giving to them may end up being a disaster in their life.
Yes.
So let's not try to spoil our kids by giving them everything that they want.
No, exactly.
Wow. So, Janet, please, what diseases are obese children at risk for?
Diabetes.
Diabetes?
Yes, we already have children of 10, 12 years who are overweighted and have diabetes at a very young age. And not type 1, that they are born with it, but type 2, which is caused by being obese.
Wow.
Yes, and we always say that that only happens in America, but you know, here in Holland it's just as often. And
yes.
Of course, problem with their cholesterol, problem with their heart and veins, and they cannot move nicely. If you are overweighted, then it's very difficult to exercise or to cycle or do things like that.
Yeah.
So the risk of falling is also higher than with children who can move easily.
Wow.
So they are at risk.
So at what age should we start monitoring our children's weight?
After 4 years, when they are past 4 years. The first 4 years, it doesn't matter that much. At least you have to keep an eye on them. But you know, but after 4, it's very important that they should not grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Because I've had a child of 8 years old who was 135 kilos.
Oh. This is a serious problem.
This is a serious problem, yes, yes. And the child, you know, they all get bullied around because all the friends are saying, you look very fat and you don't look good.
Yeah.
So that's another problem, which is pure for fat children, which is not nice.
I don't know whether that makes their parents glad that you can have a child that is so overweight at home and you're doing nothing.
No, but sometimes they try. But you have to start early at school to let them know what healthy food is. And you know, the food from Africa is very healthy. But here in Holland, people go to the Dutch food.
Yeah.
And the Dutch food is not as healthy as the African food.
Really?
No, really. Because African food has vegetables and has a stew, and you can make it with less oil if you want to.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of African people are not taking all kinds of sweets. But the children which are living here take the Dutch habits by eating a lot of candy bars.
Yeah, but then why is it that the Dutch are not obese and then it is the migrants who are obese?
I think everyone is getting obese. I'm sorry to say, but I think everyone is.
Really?
There is not much difference. No. Only maybe the Chinese people are a little lighter, but not much.
So how do I know if my child is overweight?
Well, you always go to the doctor at school, the school doctor, and he will tell you, he will show you that, yes. But you can see it, of course, You can see if your child is getting overweight.
Well, listeners out there, feel free to call us on 023-681968 as we discuss this interesting topic on problem of child obesity. Call the studio line now and you will speak with Janet Murris, an expert in this topic. So, how can I help my overweight child?
Well, first of all, children should begin with breakfast.
Breakfast, okay?
Just simply some bread or some fruit or some yogurt or whatever.